Hi, Miss Fry's reading friends. Today, we're going to be reading The Humble Pie. If you have a copy at home, go ahead and grab it so we can read together. The Humble Pie, written by Jory John, illustrated by Pete Oswald. First, let's go over the parts of the book. This is the front cover. Good. And this must be the back cover. Good. This is the spine, and on the spine oftentimes we find the title. Good. When we first open up our book, you can see all the different kinds of pastries and treats. This is called the title page. Good. The title page tells us the title, and it usually shows us some of the main characters. Here they are. I'm a pie, a humble pie, and that's no lie. Aw, shucks. So here's our main character, the pie. It's a humble pie. I don't brag. I won't gloat. I never take credit. Well, I think you should take credit when you do something, right? You'd want people to know that you did something. I go with the flow. I stay low-key down low. I'm never showy. Oh, no. I really don't mind if you claim all the glory. I will gladly lift you up so you can fly. If you want the spotlight, I will happily stand in your shadow. Sure, every once in a while I yearn for a little recognition, a sense that somebody has some idea of what I've been up to. But mostly, I'm okay with being overlooked. It's part of my day-to-day life. That's just how it goes. Meanwhile, my best friend is a cake named Jake. We've known each other forever. He makes everything, and I mean everything, look easy. For instance, he always gets the best grades. He's absolutely amazing at sports. And here's Jake saying, piece of cake. His social skills are top-notch. Here he is at a birthday party. Watch how he mingles. Note how he makes everybody feel comfortable. Oh, he got the old man a chair. Look how he lights up the room. And here I am in the background, mopping up spills, taking out the trash, refreshing the appetizers, wrangling the toddlers, and making sure everything runs smoothly. It's who I am. It's what I do. I'm used to it. Fact, nobody notices pie when there's cake nearby. Oh no, take a look. We see our humble pie, and I think he's starting to feel kind of left out. And here's Jake the cake. It looks like he's doing magic tricks for his friends. And he's kind of got all the attention. Humble Pie's kind of feeling sad. Yes, Jake is my best bud, and I'm content to just stand next to him, lending my support so he can shine. Because I'm a pie, a humble pie, and that's no lie. Aw, shucks. His cheeks are blushing. But something happened recently that changed the way I see myself. Listen to this. One fateful afternoon, our science teacher, Mr. Berryman, announced that we could select our own lab partners for a project. We would have a week to prepare our presentation. Jake and I paired up, of course. I was pretty excited. What a dream team. And here they are high-fiving, saying yes. On Monday, we brainstormed. On Tuesday, we sketched out our plan. Jake got a little off track, though. You can see, it looks like the humble pie is kind of working here about cake rising on a pulley system. And Cake's kind of off doing paintings. I don't think he's really helping pie out over here. On Wednesday, Jake said that he'd be late. Then, he never showed up. On Thursday, it was just me again. And he's sitting here. He's sighing. On Friday, I start building our project by myself. Sheesh. It turned out that Jake was busy with nearly every extracurricular activity in existence. Here he is playing the piano, scoring a basket in a basketball game. He's skiing. He's learning to speak French. Here he is kicking a goal at the soccer game. And then he's at math club. Finally, the night before our project was due, Jake called to say that he would be late. He had some half-baked excuse. This really takes the cake, I thought. I had enough. I was beyond overwhelmed. There's no way I'd be able to finish in time. Suddenly, I was sweating and my palms were clammy and I felt a little wobbly. I realized that I needed to say something, anything. I didn't exactly love the idea of confronting my best friend, but it had to be done. And for once, I wasn't going to sugarcoat it. Oh goodness, what's gonna happen? When Jake finally arrived, I nervously cleared my throat and said my piece. Look, I know you have a lot on your plate, I said, but I've been doing a ton of the work on this project, and it's really stressing me out. I can't do it all on my own. At this rate, we're going to be mincemeat tomorrow. I need your help. Jake stared at me for a long time. Then he looked out the window. He furrowed his cake brow. What if I made a huge mistake? What if Jake didn't want to be my friend anymore? Maybe I should have just done the work and kept quiet as usual. Oop. Oh, he looks really worried. Jake let out a deep breath. Then he nodded. You're 100% right, he said. I'm really sorry, and I'm glad you said something. I don't deserve any credit on this assignment. I'm such a flake. I shook my head. You're not a flake, Jake, I said. You've just been busy. And the good news is that there's still plenty for us to do as a team. I know you'll rise to the occasion. You have layers of talents. Jake smiled. Aw, shucks, and look, he's blushing now too. In that moment, I realized something important. For so long, I had convinced myself that being humble meant staying unappreciated and unseen and occasionally getting walked all over. But there's nothing wrong with having a tough conversation, asking for help, or making sure that you're being treated fairly. And Jake realized something too. True excellence in life is about more than grades and sports and activities. It's about being there for your friends when they need you. The mood immediately improved after that. Yes, here they are high-fiving again. We got to work. We ate snacks. We listened to music, the Rolling Stones. We stayed up most of the night. It was actually fun. We crossed things out and switched things up and rehearsed our presentation. So it looks like they're changing their presentation if you look back a couple pages. It's called The Cake Also Rises, but now it's crossed off and I can't really tell what they have going on over here. And guess what? In the end, everything came together. Yes, the dream team was back. The presentation was a rip-roaring success. Mr. Berryman even complimented us on our teamwork. Take a look, it says pie in the sky, and look, it's pie that's up there instead of cake, and cake is the one that's working the pulley. That's really kind. Now Jake is the one that's helping lift up pie. That was the icing on the cake. We both gotten the chance to shine. Our classmates were impressed too. Hey, great work, fellas. My buddy here deserves most of the credit, Jake said. Oh, that's really nice. So now when they got a compliment from their friend, Jake made sure that he let her know that the pie did a lot of the work since he was busy a lot. I blushed from my crust to my toes. Oh, shucks. These days, I'm still a humble pie, but now I stick up for myself and I take credit. And I have tricky conversations when necessary. And you know what? It's incredibly gratifying, and I'm proud of the pie I've become. Here they are skiing together. It's possible to stay humble while showing the world who you are and what you can do. You don't have to remain in the shadows. Yes, I'm finally ready to fly. And that's no lie. And so now Cake's kind of taking a little back seat here, and the humble pie gets to do the big jump in front of all the friends. And that is the end of our story. Wow, I love that story. And I love how the humble pie stood up for himself when he wasn't feeling seen or heard. Everyone deserves to shine. Thanks for watching Miss Fry Reads, The Humble Pie. And remember, keep reading, keep growing, and keep discovering. See you next time.